This is the Echo Bravo. It's Echo's big game saltwater fly reel. Today, I'm here to review it. Like their fly rods, Echo reels are targeted at an entry-level audience. This reel here comes in at a $150 price point, and this is their highest end fly reel. So you might be asking yourself, is this gonna do the job for fly fishing in saltwater? And that's what we're here to find out. And we're gonna start by talking about the drag. And the drag on this Echo Bravo is really strong. In fact, I would put it at least at the 10-pound mark, if not higher for this 7/9 size. It's got plenty of drag for any saltwater species that you're gonna be targeting. It's also got a pretty good range of adjustment. You're able to go from 0 to hero in 2.5 turns, which is right about where I like it. Enough adjustment that you're not fiddling with the drag all the time, but not too little adjustment that you can really over tighten it. The one question in my mind about the drag is actually whether or not it's sealed, because it looks sealed when you take it apart. But on the Echo website, they say it's saltwater safe, but don't quite go as far as to say that it's sealed. So that gives me a little bit of pause, because as you know, we really like our saltwater reels to be sealed or to have a highly exposed drag like a cork drag on a T-bore. Those seem to be the two options that are time tested that will work, and if this drag is not sealed, even if they say it's saltwater safe, chances are there's a bearing or something in here that will rust, and if you go on a trip, use it hard, then put it away, the next time you go to use it, you might find out that there's an issue. So I'm really curious to know, and maybe someone can chime in the comments section and let us know if this is an actual sealed drag. And if someone from Echo is watching, maybe tell us why you don't call it sealed on the website. This review is brought to you by Trident Travel, which is our new destination travel service where you'll get our expert advice, planning, and guidance at no additional cost. That means no credit card fees, no booking fees, and for a limited time, you'll even earn Trident rewards on your travel bookings. So with every trip you book, you'll be earning valuable points that you can use towards free tackle here at Trident. Recently, we've had some clients go on some absolutely fantastic trips like taimen fishing in Mongolia, arapaima fishing in Guyana, and even Atlantic salmon fishing in Labrador. So if you're thinking about taking a fly fishing trip, Trident Travel is the way to do it. We've got a ton of great destinations, excellent service, and even more destinations being added every month. Check us out at tridentflyfishing.com/travel. But now let's move on to the spool. And the spool on this Echo Bravo is unique. It's got the sort of V shape that we've seen on reels like the Reddington Grande, and it makes it really hard to determine retrieval rates and backing capacities without either filling the reel or doing some really complex math. So these are going to be our estimates, and they're not going to be as good of an estimate as we usually do, but let's start with the dimensions. We've got a max diameter in this reel of 3.94 inches, a width of 1.25 inches, and an arbor of 2.32 inches. And that all makes this reel sound like a giant. In fact, if it didn't have a trapezoidal shape to it, this reel would hold about 500 yards of backing with your 8-weight line. But because of that, Echo says it holds 200 yards. I'm gonna say it probably holds a little bit more than that. In terms of retrieval rate, we've estimated it at about 9 inches per turn, which is pretty good. This is by no means a small reel, and it picks up line fairly quickly. There's one thing I don't love about this spool, it's the width. 1.25 inches, while it doesn't seem like a ton, is actually a pretty wide spool by today's standards. We've seen reels getting narrower and narrower, and that really helps as you're picking up line so you don't have to act as a level wind. And while 1.25 inches isn't huge, something closer to 1 inch really seems like more of the standard these days. And because we have plenty of backing capacity, there's really no need to have that extra width. So hopefully on version 2, Echo will take that and narrow it down just a little bit. But now let's move on to the weight. And this Echo Bravo comes in at 8.95 ounces, which is definitely on the heavy side. That said, there are plenty of reels that are way more expensive in this 7 to 9 weight category that are heavier. So I'd say that this is now a middle to heavyweight, but given the pricing of this reel, it's fine. And frankly, if you're taking your first saltwater trip, you probably don't need the world's lightest weight reel. That's going to be something that you can optimize later in your fly fishing adventure. As you start to understand your specific angling needs, that's when you can go for the lighter reel. For now, this is probably okay. Now let's talk about the sound. Well, take a listen. As you can hear, there is a slight differentiation between the incoming and the outgoing, but not enough to really call it a true differentiated outgoing click. Overall, it sounds fine. It's not my absolute favorite, but it's also far from the worst. You're getting a fair amount of feedback, and it's going to be pretty pleasant. Moving on to ergonomics, I think that's probably the one area that the Bravo leaves a little bit to be desired. Starting with this drag knob, it's a little bit too narrow for my liking. It's also definitely got a plasticky feel to it, which is not really what you like to feel when you've got your saltwater reel. But what's even weirder is that as you crank this down, it gets even more narrow. So if you're cranking your drag all the way down, in addition to getting quite tight, it also gets harder to grip. So if you need to back that drag off, it's just going to be tougher than it would otherwise be. The handle, on the other hand, is totally fine. Again, I do prefer a bigger handle, and you'll see that bigger handles tend to be on more big game style reels, which this is, but it's grippy. It definitely gets the job done. In terms of changing the spool, that's pretty easy as well, but again, you are getting a little more of that plasticky feel here. So all in all, you're getting a really good package with this Echo Bravo. It's got tons and tons of drag, it's got decent retrieve, it's not the lightest reel, but it's pretty good, and it comes in at the absolutely insane price of $150. Now, like I mentioned, there are some trade-offs. A lot of those I think are going to be fairly small for a lot of people. You got some plasticky parts, you've got questionable durability, and perhaps a bigger looming question around whether or not this is truly a saltwater safe reel. But this is a reel for your first trip, and I say, as far as a first saltwater reel, this is going to be a fantastic reel to get you out there. Let me know what you think about this Bravo by leaving us a comment in the box below, and let us know that you'd like more Echo Reel reviews by subscribing to our channel. And of course, if you've got questions, we've got answers, give us a call at 888-413-5211 or email us 24/7 at support@tridentflyfishing.com. I'm Ben. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.